into early parts of the afternoon, and then by this evening is when those flood stages will begin to go down. So we're just looking at just a long haul through today, even though today is going to be a lot drier. Well, it is a lot drier. Take a look behind me. We are completely dry, but we're still dealing with those residual impacts, right? We're still dealing with widespread flooding across the region. I want to go ahead and talk about Ida really quickly because it's still wreaking havoc over New England. And just like us, notice how much of New England under flash flood warnings at this time. That was us yesterday. What's left behind are these flood warnings. So we're still not quite out of the woods, even though that storm has departed. And these are the current warnings that are in place right now. We saw a lot of rainfall, and of course, rivers are still swollen. You saw that live picture out in Manayunk. That's going to be an issue all day long, and we're particularly worried about the Schuylkill River. So we'll be watching it very closely and, of course, bringing you information as we go. One thing for certain, though, it's a lot quieter out there, and that's certainly going to bring some relief as far as cleanup efforts are concerned. The weather will cooperate. Dew point temperatures are in the 50s pretty much across the entire region, and that puts us right in that pleasant category. So much more comfortable compared to the last several days. It's also drier with temperatures as down as 53 degrees, as cool as 53 degrees, 59 right now out in Allentown. It's 66 here in the city. Still a little bit of cloud cover along I-95 point south and east as well. And as I mentioned, while one of the bigger stories today will be that residual flooding, we saw tornadoes, at least one confirmed. And Tammy, I'll bring in Tammy with more on that.
Oh, yeah, we did. We saw at least one confirmed. I think by the time the day is over, they're going to confirm that we had probably 2, 3, or maybe even more with what we saw last night and with the pictures and the videos that we saw. Let's take a look very quickly at what roared through here. Now, this is just about 4 to 8 o'clock last night, and that's at the height of when these storms came through with their damaging winds and the supercell storms. These are storms that you don't typically see in the Northeast. You see these in the plains. You see them sometimes across the Southeast. These are the ones where you really can see a well-defined single storm that's rotating with a tornado protruding from the bottom of it. That's not the type of thing that we see here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the things that we were showing you last night. These are the shear tracks. Now, these are damage paths where we're seeing wind damage from these storms. And you can see a number of these moving through the area, especially the ones that created the touchdown that we know happened near Mullica Hill. Also toward Horsham, we do have a lot of damage that's reported out there as well. But a number of these, so if we go a little closer, you really can see the shear tracks. Where you see those shades of red, that is where we saw heavier damage moving through Montgomery and Bucks County, also through Gloucester County. Look at that taking place from Mullica Hill all the way up to Mantua. So what we're going to be watching for today is the survey. They're going to go out, they're checking Chester County, Bucks County, Montgomery County, Burlington County, Mercer County, Gloucester County, and Camden County. That is a lot of work for the National Weather Service.
Hey, you have to take full advantage of them. Get out there and enjoy, whether it's a stroll in the park or maybe you just sit right outside in your backyard or outside in your front stoop, whatever it is, enjoy it because, well, the days are shorter, and these type of days that we have going on right now and what we had yesterday are going to be far and few in between as we continue to delve into the month of November. Temperatures outside the door right now in the 60s, not bad. 67 degrees outside in Philly, 68 in Millville, 64 in Trenton, widespread 60s pretty much from the Lehigh Valley out towards the shore. Not quite in the 70s, and here is why. We have winds that are out of the northwest, and they're noticeable. These are your sustained winds right now. They're ranging anywhere between 10 to 15 miles an hour. But check out these wind gusts. They're a little bit more prominent here in the 20s across many locations, so breezy afternoon underway. These winds will diminish though as we head towards tonight, but it's the winds, this northwesterly wind, that's keeping temperatures at bay, so we're not really going to warm up all too much. It's not going to be as warm as yesterday where we did break into the 70s. Later on this afternoon, anticipate temps to remain in the 60s as I just mentioned, under nothing but sunshine. It's a beautiful, beautiful afternoon, and that will continue to be the thing here through 3 o'clock. Once that sun goes down, it's smooth sailing, but it will be chillier compared to yesterday. Last night, temperatures were in the 40s, in the 50s. Tonight, we will be down into the 40s. Notice your hour by hour. 9 p.m. shows temps in the 50s, but by 11, closer to midnight, we're already in the 40s, and those temperatures will eventually bottom out at 42 degrees here in the city. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're nice and dry. It's going to be another bright start, but clouds will be building. And tomorrow, we're calling it partly to mostly cloudy. Still mild, however, with temperatures above average. And then our next system moves in. That's why chances on Friday, precip chances on Friday, have jumped to 96%. We are anticipating for rain to come down pretty heavily. And unfortunately, it does look to move right through your morning commute. So here's what you need to know. Thursday is dry. We could see a stray shower here Thursday evening, but the majority of the day is dry. This rain begins to move in, however, Thursday night. And by Friday morning, if 5:15 is your wake-up time, you're in for, well, a messy start to your day, as we're talking widespread rain, some of it coming down pretty heavily at times. And we'll continue to see this rain move through in the morning. Here's 11 a.m. We still have a line of rain, an isolated thunderstorm, not out of the question. And some of these storms can pack a punch, not only leading to heavy rain, but even the possibility for damaging wind gusts. As we continue throughout the morning, this system exits, and after 2 p.m. is when we will begin to see that rain taper off. Behind it, it's going to get cooler, and we're also going to experience windy conditions to rise.